If you've been applying to commercial real estate jobs and you're not hearing back from potential employers, there's a very good chance that your resume could be what's holding you back. And a lot of candidates that would be great hires for commercial real estate firms just aren't effectively showcasing the value they could bring to a company, which ends up getting these people disqualified before they can even have an initial conversation. So to help you make it through the resume screening process when applying for jobs at commercial real estate firms, this video walks through 4 of the biggest resume mistakes I see on a regular basis and the specific changes that you can make to improve your chances of landing an interview. So the first thing that might be causing your resume to get ignored by recruiters and hiring managers is that you don't have a professional summary section that concisely describes both what you've accomplished and where you're looking to go. This section is especially important for career switchers and students without full-time job experience in commercial real estate, since this provides an opportunity to tell a potential employer upfront how your background and experiences directly relate to the job you're applying for. This section should be concise with no more than about 2 to 3 sentences that describe your most relevant skills and achievements that would ideally help you contribute from day one on the job. So for example, if you're coming from a background in corporate finance, a professional summary section might look something along the lines of detail-oriented financial analyst with 3 years of experience building complex financial models and developing strategic recommendations for Fortune 500 companies seeking to leverage analytical abilities and knowledge of Excel to contribute to the growth of a commercial real estate investment firm. Or if you're a student looking to land a full-time role after graduation, a professional summary section might look something along the lines of recent college graduate with a strong academic background in real estate finance and economics and internship experience in acquisitions and investment sales, seeking to leverage strong knowledge of investment underwriting in a full-time analyst role. The strongest resumes in this industry make it very clear upfront that a candidate has both tangible skills that would be relevant to the position and also a very clear understanding of what would be required of them if they were to be hired for the job that they're applying for. Now, the second big mistake I see on commercial real estate resumes is that people tend to prioritize listing general job responsibilities over highlighting measurable achievements. Especially in a competitive hiring environment, employers are looking for candidates that have clearly made a positive impact on the companies they've worked for or the schools they've graduated from, rather than people who just went through the motions and did what they had to do just to get by. For example, a resume that says a candidate was responsible for managing client relationships is a lot less likely to result in an interview than a resume that says a candidate increased client retention by 20% during their tenure. And this is especially relevant for applicants with experience that's either directly or indirectly related to the real estate industry. So if you've held internships or full-time jobs in residential home sales, architecture, construction management, or real estate law, quantifying the number, the aggregate value, and the location of the transactions you've been involved in can all be helpful things to add to improve your chances of landing an interview. And even if your experience isn't directly tied to the real estate field, you'll still want to highlight how you exceeded company expectations in whatever roles you've taken on, whether that's hitting sales quotas, taking on leadership opportunities, or even making internal processes more efficient on a day-to-day basis. Hiring managers want to see concrete evidence that you're a high performer, regardless of the fields that you've worked in the past, and incorporating specific numbers and outcomes on your resume will help you stand out among other applicants. Now, the third mistake that might be getting your resume ignored is very similar to the last thing we talked about, and this is that you're claiming you have technical skills without showing that you have them. One of the least impactful things you can add to a real estate resume is a bullet point that says proficient in Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint, and instead this space should be utilized to showcase how you've actually used these programs at work or in school. This could involve talking through a financial model that you built in Excel to analyze a potential development project. This could involve a PowerPoint presentation you built to pitch an opportunity to senior leadership, or this could even involve talking about how you use these tools to underwrite your own real estate investments. And aside from just how you use these on the job or in school, it can also be extremely helpful to list any coursework or certifications you have that clearly show your technical abilities. So these could be break into CRE financial modeling modeling courses, general Excel courses, or even the Argus certification once you pass the exam. Even though a lot of firms will still expect candidates to take an Excel modeling exam towards the end of the interview process, a strong technical skill set on paper is typically a requirement to be invited in for an initial interview in the first place. Now, the last mistake I want to mention that might be getting your resume ignored is that you're not tying your academics or your work experience to the specific jobs that you're applying for. Companies can tell when candidates create a generic resume that's designed to be submitted for any job that sounds even remotely appealing, so spending just a few minutes to customize this for every role you apply for can be a huge differentiator during the process. All this requires is reading through a job description and either expanding on or adding bullet points that directly demonstrate your abilities to do the job required, and this could also involve adding keywords that employers would be looking for each specific role. This could even be something as simple as just tweaking your professional summary section that we talked about earlier on in this video to change the type of company you're looking to join based on what each company's core business is, so this doesn't have to be a particularly long or drawn out process for every application you submit. You'd be really surprised at how many candidates don't do this or even reference entirely different firms or sometimes even entirely different industries altogether when submitting their applications. So anything you can do to make it clear that you are intentionally applying for the specific job you're interested in, the more likely it is that you'll be invited in for an interview. Ultimately, if you can add a professional summary section to your resume, highlight measurable achievements in your work or academic experiences, showcase your technical skills, and customize your resume for each job you apply for, you'll be way ahead of the vast majority of other candidates you're up against for analyst and associate roles. And if you want to make sure you have the technical skills you'll need to land interviews in this industry or pass an Excel modeling exam that might be given to you during the interview process, make sure to check out our all-in-one membership training platform, Breaking a CRE Academy. A membership to the Academy will give you instant access to over 120 hours of video training on real estate financial modeling and analysis. You'll get access to hundreds of practice Excel interview exam questions, sample acquisition case studies, and you'll also get access to the Breaking a CRE Analyst Certification exam, which covers topics like real estate pro forma and development modeling, commercial real estate lease modeling, equity waterfall modeling, and many other real estate financial analysis concepts that will help you prove to employers that you have what it takes to tackle the responsibilities of an analyst or associate at a top real estate firm. And if you like this video and want to see more content on the channel on real estate resume best practices or the job application process in general, make sure to hit the like button and let me know. And let me know in the comments any other job search related topics that you'd like to see covered in a future video. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more videos like this every single week, and I'll see you in the next video.